Welcome back, listeners, to another thrilling episode of Sleuthing Secrets. Today, we dive into Chapter 3 of our gripping story, The Island of Secrets. In the previous episode, Alexandra, Jessica, and their fellow guests arrived at a luxurious mansion on a mysterious island. Today, their adventure takes a darker turn. Are you ready for the unexpected? Let's begin. The grand house on the island was more than just a marvel of architecture. It was a statement of elegance. High ceilings, large windows, and luxurious furnishings came together in perfect harmony, casting an air of opulence that left the guests in awe. As they were ushered into a spacious lounge, the buzz of excited conversations filled the air. Alexandra and Jessica sank into a plush sofa, their eyes sweeping over the room. It was filled with an eclectic mix of people, each one brimming with their own unique energy. Though the mystery of the island weighed heavily on everyone's mind, it seemed to only deepen their curiosity. Among the guests, Alexandra noticed Gracie, a striking young woman whose confidence and sharp wit commanded attention. Her sassy demeanor masked the scars of a troubled past, one defined by years of bullying. But beneath that bravado, Alexandra sensed something more, something vulnerable.
So what do you think all this is about? Some rich guy's idea of fun, maybe?
I'm not sure, but it feels like something big is about to happen.
Exactly. It's that moment when fear becomes excitement and you just let go.
The trio of women quickly bonded, their animated conversations adding warmth to the already lively atmosphere. The mansion had brought them together, but none of them could have predicted what was about to unfold. As the evening wore on, anticipation grew thicker in the air. Speculation about their mysterious host dominated the conversations, but no answers came. Eventually, weariness crept in, and one by one the guests retired to their rooms, their excitement giving way to a deep sleep. But the peace of the night did not last long. The consequent morning brought new surprises, and with it, an introduction to their enigmatic host. The guests were summoned to a grand hall where their host, Armando, awaited. As they entered, they found him standing at the center of the room, tall, charismatic, his eyes twinkling with mischief.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Armando, the owner of this mansion, and perhaps this entire island. I am delighted to have you all here. Today marks the beginning of an extraordinary adventure.
With a smile that both intrigued and unsettled Alexandra, Armando explained that they were there to participate in a murder mystery game. One of them would play the role of the murderer, and it would be up to the rest to solve the mystery. The room buzzed with excitement as the guests exchanged curious glances.
A murder mystery? This is going to be fun.
Or maybe a little too real?
Just as Armando began to detail the rules of the game, the light suddenly flickered and then went out, plunging the room into total darkness. A murmur of confusion rippled through the group, now replaced with a tense silence. And then, as abruptly as the lights had gone out, they flickered back on. But what awaited them when the light returned was far from the playful game they had expected. A collective gasp echoed through the hall. There, lying lifeless on the floor, was Armando. His body was still, cold. The charismatic host who had greeted them with such charm was dead. Panic and confusion erupted. Guests whispered in shock, unable to comprehend the sudden shift from playful mystery to real danger. Alexandra's heart pounded in her chest as a wave of fear gripped her.
Who could have done this? Is this part of the game, or is it something far more sinister?
In the midst of the chaos, the young man who had welcomed them to the island stepped forward, his face pale but composed. He quickly took control of the situation.
Please, everyone, remain calm. We will figure out what has happened. For now, return to your rooms.
Shaken and scared, Alexandra and Jessica clung to each other as they followed his instructions. The excitement of their journey had turned into a nightmare, and neither could shake the ominous feeling that this was only the beginning. As they lay in the darkness of their room, fear settled over them like a heavy blanket. The mansion, once a place of luxury and adventure, now felt like a cage, and they had no idea what awaited them next. And that concludes Chapter 3. What dark secrets are hidden within the walls of this mysterious mansion? Who can Alexandra and Jessica trust? And most importantly, who among them has already turned the game into something deadly? Join us next week as we unravel more mysteries in the Island of Secrets. Until then, stay safe and be careful who you trust.